Okay, so I'm all set to go. I have made my royal icing and colored it, and I have yellow here in my dish, and then I have red, purple, and green that I've bagged. These are the accent colors that I'm going to add. And no tips on these bags, they're tipless. I have my cookie, my leaves. These are the cookies that I'm doing for Rita's fall harvest party. So I have my leaves, and you can see it's a great cookie recipe. It's also on the blog, and you know, just doesn't spread. So you have a really nice form. It's a delicious cookie. It's a sugar cookie, but it's not as sweet as a typical sugar cookie because you're putting royal icing on, and it's a very sweet icing. But with this method, this dipping that we're going to do, you put a very thin coat, so that's nice too. Anyway, this is a great cookie. So I have my leaves. I have this little non-skid cutout that I get at the dollar store. They're like 5 for $1 in a pack. Keeps the cookie from sliding around when I'm decorating it, so I always use one of those. Put that down. I have my my scribe, my needle scribe. You can also use a toothpick, or I also use the cocktail sticks. Are nice length, and you can just throw them away. But since I decorate all the time, I have a metal one. I have just, you know, little scissors to cut my bags open. I have some water to dilute my icing a little longer, and you can see this is a very bright yellow, and I'm starting with a yellow base, and I want this to be really a loose icing. So I am going to add some water, more water to that, and just mix that in, because I want, we're literally going to dip these cookies, and I want that icing to flow off, but not, I don't want it to be so loose that it's, you know, it's all going to drip off the edges. So there is a, you know, you kind of get a feel for it. But because I still have these grooves, you know, that are showing, I know that that's, you know, it's not enough. I need that icing to really flow off of this spatula for me to know that it's ready for dipping. Okay, so if I scoop that up, I don't know if you can see that that's really pouring off of there. Nice stream. That is about right. I think it might be a little thick yet. I'm going to add just a little more water. That feels pretty good. We're going to start with that. I can always go back and add more water if it's not working the way that I want it to. So I'm going to take a few cookies out so that I have them ready. And I need 17 of these for Dory's 15 kids in her, or Rita's 15 kids, classmates, and then 2 teachers. And I'm doing some extra also. 2 icings mixing together. So I'm just going to put this all over. Just depends on, you know, how much design I want in my cookies. And I'm going to take my scribe, and I'm just going to swirl that a few times. And I have my cookie, my first cookie, and I'm going to turn it face down. I'm just going to drop it in, pull it out, and let all that extra icing flow off. And I usually count about 10 seconds. If it takes about 10 seconds for it to flow off nicely, then I know that my icing is the right consistency. What's also happening while I'm holding this is the edges are starting to dry, so that'll form a dam around the cookie. I'm going to turn it. And that's the pattern that I get.